Happy Monday, friends. It may not be Monday when you're watching this. I decided to put my hat on because apparently I play with my hair way too much. Or, I don't know, so I've been told. I wanted to come to you today. We've done all the other body types in our styling, like how to style your shape. We have done hourglass, basically, where your hips and your shoulders are proportionate and you have a waist. So it doesn't matter how big you are. You look a little something like that. I call myself a 24-hour-glass, just so you know. That's the way I make it work for myself. And you know what was funny about the hourglass thing? Everybody was like embarrassed to say that that was their shape. See, now I'm going to play with the hat. Now I'm going to play with the hat. That's what's going to happen. So funny. I'm trying not to, right? But I can't help it. Maybe I should just take it off and fidget with my hair. I'm not going to fidget with anything. I'm going to leave it alone. We've looked at the carrot. Carrot is when your shoulders are wider than your hips. Your hips are a little bit narrow and you tend to be kind of busty, things like that. If you're here, say hi to me. Hi, Cynthia. When are you coming to see me, birthday girl? We've looked at the apple shape, and that's similar to the carrot shape where your hips are more narrow than your shoulders, but you tend not to have any sort of waistline. And so there's a lot of different things that we can do for you. And so we've been talking about this all along, and we also talked about the banana shape, which I admit is definitely my hardest one to try to style. Mainly because my MO is that tighter is better, right? If you ever come shop with me in person, which is what I hope you will all do, come travel to see me far and wide. I love to get you into clothes, and I really like making you wear clothes that fit. But I have learned through these 4 years, believe it or not, of selling LuLaRoe that banana-shaped ladies, and those are people that are very, their hips and their shoulders are proportionate, but they have no real defined waistline. And so if they gain weight, they tend to gain weight around the middle, and then they can tend to get a little like diamondy across the hip. So I was always trying to make people wear clothes that were smaller, thinking that smaller was always better. But in my process of doing this, smaller is not always better on every single body type. Shockingly. So, hi, Miss Ashley. And so with the banana people, I had to learn to let them oversize things, and that helped really well. But today, right here, right now, we're going to talk about the pear shape. And one of the fun things about this is that right now it's Julia week in my shop, Julia and Shirley, which is like why I'm wearing this. This is my Julia, my Shirley. They're best friends forever. I know I had to wear the hat because I play with my hair constantly. And so I went back and I was like replaying the videos, and I was all, Amy, seriously, put it down. Stop with the hair. So anyways, this is my attempt, but I might get super warm and sweaty, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. So basically the idea that we've been doing in this entire style session that we've been doing over the course of the month is we're taking our body shapes. Well, no, that didn't work. Well, let's do that again. So body shape is kind of like this. We're going to look at our body shape. This is our pear, right? That's a pear shaped lady. She's got her little boobies, her little arms. That's her not good boobies. Let's go back. Let's do the boobs again. I do say boobs a lot because that's what they are. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. And there she's a smiling pear. Here we go. So basically, this is the idea that, we're all born with a certain shape. It doesn't matter how much we work out, how skinny, how little we eat, whatevs, right? Our body will always be that certain shape. And so most people, not everybody, but most people are trying to gain kind of a proportioned look, like an hourglass, or what I like to call the peanut, because, hey, it's all got to be a food, right? So let's draw right over my face. So how do we get this to appear more like this? Because every time I see you people, that's what you're trying to look like, okay? And maybe it's because we're in America, maybe because whatever, but I want you to look at, like, every time we do this, if you look at, like, what does this one have in common with this one? Well, they both have great booties, right? So there's that. So you already have that going for you. So on a pear-shaped girl, the idea is how can we create a little bit more balance up top and highlight what's already existing which is that narrow waistline right there. So you guys already have this part, and you already have this part. So the idea is, how can we accentuate this part to kind of create balance? Making sense? Hi, Pammy Boomer! I love being your lunchtime friend. I like hanging out with you, okay? So that's what we're discussing. That is the game plan for today, right? This looks like the craziest game of football you'll ever see. Okay, so let's put our little pear-shaped lady over here. We're going to give her a little bit, of boob this time. Oh, that's a lot of leg. That's a lot of booty, Amy. That's all good. It's all good. Booties are good. Boobies. There's her pear stem and her smile. There we go. Should we give her a belly button? I feel like she needs a belly button. There it is. That was me pregnant, just so you know. Man, I was huge pregnant. Huge. I bet nobody gained the same amount of weight. I mean, I gained 75 pounds with each baby. I was like, if we're going to do this, we're going big. Going real big. And I wondered why my children, Liam was 11 pounds and Lucia was 9. Why are they so big? I don't know. Maybe because I gained all that weight. Anyways. They're healthy, they're happy, and we're all here. And I got the stretch marks to prove it. So I'm good with it. So then the question becomes, what LuLaRoe styles should you invest in? Because let's face it, these are an investment. It's not, you know, you're not spending $5 on a t-shirt at Old Navy. We are investing in clothes that really last a long time. And I put this dress on. This is a Julia that I've had for a really long time. Probably 2 years I've had this Julia dress. I love it. It's got the varsity sleeves. It's a really pretty color. But 2 years, you guys. And this is one of the few that has like no stains, no pilling, nothing. And I feel like it really is an investment. And believe you me, 4 years ago when I started this business, the thought of spending $45 on a dress was kind of nutso for me. But see, I'm going to play with my hair anyways because I'm getting warm and it's going to get bigger. That's what happens to me, is big hair. So here we go. Here's your pear-shaped beauty. And what do you do? Now, normally on like fashion shows and stuff like that, you'll see that they say, you know, you don't want to emphasize anything along the hip or stuff like that. But what I have found in reality is that a couple of things that these ladies really love are the perfect tee, number one. And then number two, the Amelia dress has been amazing, and the Madison. So basically what those do, anything high-waisted. Let's talk about Amelia first. Amelia and Madison are about the same thing. Madison is kind of a version of the Amelia dress. It has a little bit wider pleats than the Amelia. So there you go. But both of them sit high-waisted, and this is going to be the key for you pear-shaped ladies, is to really focus on getting it up to a place where you may not feel comfortable, normally speaking. Because normally we all want to put our pants like here. And on you pear-shaped girls, this is a no, no, no. Mainly because that's the widest part of you. And when you put things right there, that brings all attention to the widest part of you. What the Amelia dress does is it highlights that little waist right there, but then it floats over all of this, right? And then it has these little slightly ruched sleeves, and normally you pear-shaped ladies have great arms. So having a dress that's that shape, and you guys can undersize. You guys are the people that I'm like always jealous of, because it doesn't matter what size you put on, you look amazing. Especially with the Amelia dress, because you can just go on and fit it to the top of you. And that's the main thing about any LuLaRoe size or style, is always fit. If it's a dress or a top, always fit to your shoulders. Don't fit to your stomach, don't fit to anything else, but fit to your shoulders and to your chest. So normally speaking, or the majority of pear-shaped ladies are not super boobalicious, and they have really narrow shoulders. Some of you are. Some are a little bit more chesty, but the key to a pear-shaped lady is that the hips are wider. That's basically it. And that the shoulders and the chest are a little bit more narrow. And I think that these are the majority of people that I run into are pear-shaped people. I don't know if that's a fact or not. I don't know the data on any of that, but that is what I have seen in my own data around things. So that's basically your main highlight, is that you want to highlight your waist right there. Another thing you guys can do with a lot of pattern is so exciting, because you guys can put really bold patterns on the top. You know, you want to create balance using color and using print. So for you guys, I would definitely suggest more like micro prints. You know, stay away from solids because many pear-shaped girls, you know, may not like to see the jiggle that much in their leg. But, you know, using a micro print, a camo, anything that is a repeated pattern. I'll show you what I mean by micro print. Let's see. This is what I call a micro print, right? It's got lots of movement, lots of things happening in there. So it's going to create like a bit of busyness on your bottom half, which is what you want. So you guys, the Cassie skirt, you know, that's in a nice micro print, repeated print is awesome on your bottom half and your legs. And then on the top, taking a perfect tee. Even though the perfect tee flares out right about here, what it does is it also hugs up here. So you guys can undersize a perfect tee, undersize it. So maybe you normally wear a large in regular sizes, but go down to an extra small or a small and see what happens, because it's gonna bring it up a little bit and it's gonna hit you nice and high, and it has a nice neckline, so it's gonna kind of create some good balance. So a perfect tee and a nice bold print with a micro printed Cassie or a legging is an awesome event, you know, look for you guys. Another thing that I really like, and this week is Julia week in LuLaRoe and in my shop, is that you guys can take the Julia dress and wear it as a tunic, and it is the cutest look ever, because some pear-shaped girls don't necessarily, let's get rid of that. Let's start over. Some, we give her a little bit of boob. They get different every time, right? Here we go. Here's her boobies. Here's her cute little arms and little legs. I'm gonna give her a smile. Okay, oh, and a belly button. She needs a belly button, always, right? I totally think she always needs a belly button. Okay, so with a Julia dress, normally, this is what I'm wearing, right? It kind of goes tight across the hips. And most, I don't want to make generalizations and kind of be all sorts of prejudiced, but generally speaking, the people I run into that are pear-shaped don't necessarily want something hugging them in this region. So one of the things I think is awesome on these ladies is you're gonna size the dress to your top. So maybe it doesn't necessarily, maybe it's too tight across the hips, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna wear the dress. Okay, here's the dress, and then you're gonna take it and you're gonna let it stop right about there. You're going to use it more as a tunic, and you're going to let it ruche all the way here. So it kind of creates a fun look around the middle. Let me show you. See if I can get back far enough without showing you guys my slip shorts. I probably will. But if you pull this up and you give it a lot of movement through here, it is such a cute look, especially if you have wider hips and then you have great leggings on underneath. Oh, it is so cute, and good boots. Hi, Victoria. You like my football game I'm doing here? Yeah, so those are my main tips for you guys. What you really want to do if you're a pear-shaped lady is you want to emphasize your shoulders. You have really great arms, a great collarbone, and a waist that sits pretty high up. So that's why an Amelia dress, anything high-waisted is going to be amazing on you. I love a Cassie skirt pulled up nice and high so that it kind of comes to about here. Cassie's our pencil skirt. Another great look on anybody is our maxi. It looks great on every single person. But what the maxi skirt is great for on a pear-shaped body is that it hugs but doesn't cling to the booty area, and it creates length. That's going to be the biggest thing for anybody's shape, is creating length, you know, pulling the eye down. Joys, all the layering pieces for every single body. Joy, Sarah, Shirley, what all the layering pieces do, here we'll do it like this, all the layering pieces, it totally shakes when I color, hold on, still does it, all the layering pieces do, just like this, they cut your body into thirds. Now, if you've ever seen me in real life, I'm going to tell you, free the tatas, okay? Let's not do red, what's the color inside? So you have like this yellow dress on right there, and it's framed by whatever the green is, a Joy, a Sarah, a Shirley, any of our layering pieces. And what that does is it draws the eye right down the middle third, which is, you know, anything in art photography, stuff like that will always tell you that that is what you want to do. You want to break it up into thirds. So that's why I say, free the tatas, and I'll show you the difference. Here's me and a Shirley, right? Cute on the outside. All you see is this. Great chest, little waist. But the moment you do this, it's hard to see what's going on. It looks automatically, this all looks like one, and it looks bigger. But the moment you stand up straight, free the tatas, see, I warned you in the beginning, I would talk about boobs a lot. It's going to do great things for you, right? So that's a tip for every single person, whether you're pear-shaped or not, is use the layering pieces to cut you into thirds, and it will give you just this look that you're looking for, of cutting you down, making you feel a little bit more confident. Sometimes the Julia dress, like this, can feel a little revealing, right? We all know it's a little, can be feeling a little claustrophobic, not claustrophobic, tend not to feel as confident when things feel tighter. So throwing on a layering piece that kind of hides whatever you would think are your problem areas. Me, again, I gave birth to 2 babies that were like 9 and 11 pounds. So having this here, this Shirley, so that it hits just right, gives me a little bit more confidence, and it moves around nicely. So those are my tips for the pear-shaped girl. Draw attention to your arms. You know, Randy's, if you like the Randy or any of the raglan things, they look great on you guys because it draws the eye up and creates balance. Using pattern mixing to create balance as well. Do bright, bold prints up top, the heavy print up top, and then the micro print, the one that is a little bit more subdued on the bottom, so it creates balance, you know? Amelia's, Madison's, anything that's going to highlight that waist. Wearing any of these layering pieces and throwing a belt over top is also a great look for you guys, because you can make anything work. You are really, really lucky, you pear-shaped beauties, and you have great butts, like generally speaking. So, and I've seen a lot of butts. You have no idea how many people come in here and run through naked. It's fabulous. And it is so much fun for me because that's what I love to do. I like to help you find the styles that are gonna be worth the investment for you. Are the Lindsays too short? On a pear-shaped girl, I don't think they're too short at all. As long as they're worn right, as long as you're not doing this way, but going this way. And the pear shape, I mean, I think that, personally, I prefer like a Shirley or a Joy or something a little bit longer. But Cynthia, you're not super tall. I mean, I love you, but you're not super tall. Here, let's put a fresh pear up here and we can ask questions. So here's your pear. Cynthia, are you thinking you're pear-shaped? Is that what you're thinking? Here, we got to give her a smile. And cute little legs and cute little arms. Okay, I'm going to put that down. Okay, so, yeah, I don't think they're too short, but I do personally prefer the look of something a little bit longer because the Lindsay can hit really, you're a potato. You are not a potato. You are the funniest lady alive. That is what you are. You come here and we'll take lots of pictures and we will make you feel amazing. Potato. You're a dork. I just imagine like all the little dots and spuds and things like that when you said that. So yeah, I don't think the Lindsay's too short, but I do prefer something a little bit longer to create length. Yeah, that's my main thing. So layering pieces, lots of pattern mixing, putting the bold stuff on top. If you guys are gonna wear solid black or solid colors, I would say the heavier color needs to be on top and the lighter color on the bottom. Exactly, you dork. I love you though. When are you coming to see me? Go longer. Yeah, I mean, you just want to create length, but you're not exactly tall. So, you know, oversizing a Lindsay is probably a really great idea for you because it gives you the length that you're looking for and the kind of the protection action that's happening. But I mean, do you guys see that? Like what happens when you do like this? When you hide underneath, everything looks bigger. Yes, this is for sale, okay? Not this one. This is mine. But this kind of creates the look of thirds. So those are my tips for you. Highlight your waist, right? You know, right about there. Highlight your waist. Don't be afraid of pleats. Don't be afraid of things hitting you across the midsection. Kind of work it to your advantage of where it is and use print, use pattern and color. Definitely pattern mixing for you guys because you want to If you're going to wear things tight, leggings, Cassies, things like that, you're going to really want to mask movement. Just saying. That's the best word I can say. Let's just say print covers a multitude of sins, or cookies, or fill in the blank. Chips and salsa. And that's why we do it. So those are my tips for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to private message me, comment below, and I would love to help you in the process of figuring it all out. And so I have a graphic that I'm going to share on my VIP group. So if you're not already in that, go ahead and click the Shop Now button, and it will take you there, and you guys can ask more questions, and we can discuss what you are, what styles to invest in, because I get it, you guys. I get it. It's not cheap, and shopping online is really, really hard. And for a lot of people with LuLaRoe, that's what we're doing, right? So I want to make that process really easy for you so you know what to be looking for and how to achieve the styles you want, or the look that you want with the LuLaRoe styles. Carly is a great option, but again, undersize, right? Fit to your shoulders, not to your hips, if you are a pear-shaped girl. And I feel like a lot of our styles are more geared towards pear-shaped ladies, maybe because that is a bit of a more majority of people. So, love you all. I'll be back later tonight. We are featuring the Julia dress. I have all new Julias for us to look at tonight. I did a little inventory takeover. There'll be patterns and solids and all sorts of fun things in every single size. So tune in tonight. And Shirley's, lots of Shirley's. We'll be pairing them with Shirley's, and there's new Shirley's coming tomorrow. So we'll be doing that. So those are 2 live events this week coming up. Be sure to check those out. Tune in to me. And if you want to sign up for mobile text alerts, you know that when I'm live, I will be putting that in the comments as well. So click on that, sign up for mobile text alerts, click shop now. Join the VIP group to find out more information about your body type and what LuLaRoe styles to invest in. Thank you so much. This is Amy saying goodbye.